The teasers dropped, the fandom went silent. In an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down. Welcome to Starscope K-Report. Join Eric and Minji as they ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
Oh, and we have an incredible deep dive today.
We really do.
Yeah.
So today's mission, we are unpacking this massive, just completely internet-breaking headline from August 2026. It's about BTS's Jimin.
Right.
And we're going to be pulling from a bunch of different sources. So we've got reports from the Korea Herald, Philstar, the Korea Times, plus we're looking at some YouTube data.
Yeah, there's a lot of data to go through for this one.
There is, because we're exploring how this one very spontaneous concert moment basically ignited this massive global charity movement.
It's wild how fast it happened, too.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just set the scene, because the visuals here are really important. So picture this. You're in Arlington, Texas. It's August 15th, 2026.
Middle of the Texas heat.
Right, yeah. And BTS is performing. They're on their Arirang World Tour, which is, their huge post-hiatus comeback tour.
Right, the post-hiatus tour, which is already just emotionally charged for everyone.
Completely. So you have this massive stadium. It's glowing. Like there's this huge crowd of fans with their army light sticks.
Oh, the ocean of light sticks.
Yeah, the colors are shifting. The energy is insane. But then the camera kind of transitions. It pulls away from that huge stadium scale down to this really intimate close-up of a 9-year-old fan in the crowd.
Yeah, Olivia.
Right. And according to the Korea Herald and OSIN, there's actually a special VIP section set up.
Mm-hmm.
The Texas nonprofit Heroes for Children, they partnered with Make-A-Wish to arrange this designated space for 5 young cancer patients and their families.
Which, I mean, if you think about it, the logistics of just getting kids who are going through pediatric cancer treatment into a stadium of that size.
Oh, I know.
It's incredible because, their immune systems are compromised. They have to be so careful.
Right.
So having a heavily protected VIP space is just... it's a huge deal.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be a safe space for them to enjoy the show. But then right in the middle of the concert, Jimin actually steps off the stage.
He just breaks the fourth wall.
Exactly. He leaves the stage, walks over to this specific VIP section, and approaches Olivia, this 9-year-old girl who's been battling pediatric cancer for over a year.
Wow.
And he hands her this limited edition plush keychain. He pats her head, gives her a hug, and kisses her on the cheek.
I mean, seeing an idol do that, it gives you chills.
Well, and I have to point out, from an industry perspective, K-pop concerts are so strictly choreographed.
Heavily choreographed.
Down to the second. They are heavily timed, the pyrotechnics, the moving stages. So for him to just break standard industry protocol and step into the crowd,
yeah,
it's a massive departure from the script. It was just genuine, unscripted humanity.
It really was. And you can see it in her reaction, too. When you watch the viral YouTube videos, the fandom emotion is just off the charts.
What was she saying in the video?
Oh, she's just in complete shock. She keeps saying over and over, she's like, I got a kiss. I got a kiss.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's so sweet. And her mother actually gave a statement to Philstar.
Okay, what did she say?
She said that Olivia, she never lets herself feel self-conscious or feel different just because she has no hair from the treatments.
Right, right.
And this moment, it just brought her this pure, uncomplicated joy. It was just an idol, truly connecting with a fan.
That is so powerful.
And the reactions from netizens were amazing, too.
I bet. What were they saying?
Well, K-nets, the domestic fans, they were just praising his palpable kindness. They were so proud of him.
Yeah, it's a great look.
And then international fans, the I fans, they just flooded social media with well wishes for Olivia's recovery.
That's incredible. But wait till you hear what netizens uncovered next, because this 10-second hug didn't just break the internet. It literally broke a charity's fundraising thermometer.
Yeah, this is where it gets crazy.
It really does. So try to visualize this. You've got this digital fundraising counter, right?
Mm.
And it is just rapidly climbing. I mean, it's flying up, juxtaposed with just a flood of Twitter and X notifications popping up on screen.
Just nonstop notifications.
Nonstop, because Heroes for Children, that quiet Texas nonprofit that covers, medical bills and transportation for these families,
right?
They posted the video of Olivia on Monday, and according to the YouTube source MEAWW, that clip hit 5 million views in under 24 hours.
5 million in 24 hours. for a local charity.
Exactly. So the organization, they were smart, they capitalized on the attention, and they launched a $50,000 fundraiser.
Which is an ambitious goal for a small nonprofit.
Right. But they wanted to provide financial relief and create more of these experiences for kids with cancer. And I mean, I always talk about this, but I have to compare the ARMY fandom to a rapid response global infrastructure.
Oh, absolutely. They're so organized.
Right. Like, if you give a normal fan base a viral video, they're going to flood the comments with heart emojis, maybe make a TikTok edit.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, that's so cute.
Right. But you give it to a K-pop fandom, they mobilize like a well-oiled philanthropic machine.
There's a total all-kill for charity.
An all-kill, yes. They blew past that $50,000 goal in under a day. According to the Korea Times, they raised exactly $50,923.87.
In under a day. That is the power of the Halley wave right there.
It really is.
And it shows how a hardcore fandom operates. You know, it's not just about streaming a comeback or buying albums.
Right.
When you have a bias, like Jimin, it's about reflecting their values out into the real world.
Yeah. Reflecting the idol's values. Speaking of which, if you love staying updated on your favorites and seeing the positive power of fandoms, make sure you're subscribed to Starscope K Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead.
Definitely hit subscribe.
So the values thing you just mentioned, that leads perfectly into the next part of this deep dive. Because this Texas moment, it wasn't just a random PR thing.
Oh, not at all.
Right. So let's do a little cinematic transition here. From the Arlington Stadium to this elegant, prestigious hall in South Korea with these really nice plaques of honor.
Okay, I see it.
Because according to the Korea Jungyang Daily, Jimin's family has this massive documented history of major philanthropy.
Yeah, this is the Green Noble Club stuff, right?
Exactly. The Green Noble Club, which is Child Fund Korea's network of the nation's top individual donors.
Oh, it's super exclusive.
Yeah, it only has like 548 members in the entire country. And get this, Jimin, his father, and his younger brother, Ji-hyun, they are the first family of 3 to all be registered members.
The first family of 3? That is amazing.
Right. Jimin joined back in 2021, his father joined in 2022, and then his brother joined in May 2025, right after he finished his military service.
Wow. Right out of the military, and he joins the club.
Yeah. And to join, you have to donate at least 100 million won.
Which is a lot of money.
It is. It's roughly 87,000 US dollars. And Jimin hasn't just done this once.
Right.
Based on Wikipedia data, he has a staggering history of these 100 million won donations.
Where does it all go?
Mostly to education. He's funded scholarships through the offices of education in Busan, Jeonnam, Gangwon.
Wow.
Yeah, Cheongbuk, Yeonnam, and Jeonbuk.
He's just going down the list of provinces.
Literally, and it doesn't stop there. He also gave 100 million won to Rotary International for polio patients.
Oh, wow.
And another 100 million won to support military soldiers' families.
I mean, that makes so much sense when you think about his background. Well, you have to remember his origin story. He didn't grow up in the, the wealthy parts of Seoul. He was a contemporary dancer from Busan.
Right, right.
And he famously had the absolute shortest trainee period before debuting. It was just 6 months.
Which is unheard of.
Exactly. Even as part of the Maknae line, he just rocketed into this global superstar status. But he stayed so grounded.
Yeah, that really shows.
And the fact that this philanthropy is a whole family affair, it's not just his management pushing him to do it. It proves his onstage persona completely matches his offstage reality.
It really does. It's part of his DNA at this point.
And that's not even the wildest part of his global impact. Later in the deep dives, we'll talk about how this mindset reached the floor of the United Nations.
Yes, the UN, because we have to bring this narrative full circle to the global scale.
Right.
So picture a montage of Jimin's historic Billboard chart moments, right? The music videos, the performances, and then that morphs into a global map highlighting the UN General Assembly.
The visual of them at the UN is still just iconic.
Yeah, it really is. Based on UNICEF reports, the Love Myself campaign, which was launched by BTS and BG Music back in 2017, it has raised over $3.6 million.
$3.6 million.
Yeah. And it's generated 5 million tweets and over 50 million engagements globally.
And the core of that campaign, they actually addressed heads of state at the UN General Assembly.
They did.
They stood up there to promote self-esteem and to call for an end to violence and bullying.
And what's crazy to me is that Jimin is doing all of this humanitarian work while maintaining this historic, unprecedented musical dominance.
Oh, his solo work has been massive.
Yeah. I mean, his solo album, Face, it made him the highest charting Korean solo artist on the Billboard 200 at the time. It hit #2.
Right.
And his track, Like Crazy, made him the first South Korean soloist ever to hit #1 on the Hot 100.
It's just milestone after milestone.
And it hasn't slowed down. The Arirang tour is still going, and it's slated to end with 3 nights in the Philippines in March.
Yeah, I feel like you really have to connect the UN campaign to that moment with Olivia in Texas.
Oh, absolutely. Connect the dots for us.
Well, the Love Myself campaign is all about, finding your worth, loving yourself no matter what you're facing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what Olivia embodies. Like her mom said, she loves herself despite her illness, despite the hair loss.
Yeah.
So when Jimin stepped off that stage, it wasn't just some calculated PR stunt. He was acting on the exact campaign promise that he has championed for years.
Right. He was living it out.
He saw a kid living that message, and he just went to her.
That is, wow. That's beautifully said. And hey, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update or deep dive into the lives of the artists shaping the industry.
Yeah, definitely subscribe because there are so many layers to these stories.
Exactly. I mean, we started this by talking about a 10-second video clip.
Right.
And it spiraled into pediatric cancer charities, the Green Nobel Club, the Billboard charts, and the United Nations.
It really makes you think about where all of this is heading.
What do you mean?
Well, I think there's a really deep question here for the future of the music industry.
Okay.
Like, what does it mean when the parasocial relationship between an idol and a fandom evolves beyond just, breaking streaming records?
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes a literal lifeline for charities and vulnerable families globally. Like, these fandoms have more organized financial power than some actual NGOs.
Wow, yeah. That's a huge point. The infrastructure is already there, and it's driven entirely by empathy for an artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a completely new kind of global power.
That is a fascinating thought to leave on. You've been listening to Starscope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.